up? It's your boy T-Bird and Reaction. Today is your watch right now is Films Friday, and it's time for the Films Friday kill count. This week is alternative week, meaning based off our kill counts that are like not film kill counts or short film kill counts. That's something they was doing for a while due to the writer's strike as well too. So majorities are these kill counts. I have the choices are based off of that, except for one, which is the Crypt TV stuff that's been going on. I just thought that as a extra. But anyway, we're down to the five left as well too, and it's going to dwindle down to the final one, and whoever is left last is not going to be rewarded. Is either going to it'll be a choice to either put them in the gulag, put them along with another kill count. Who knows? Either way, the remaining fives are Dylan Nightmare, Crypt TV series consists of Mordeo, and the Sunnyvale Fan Cult series. All seasons. Well, two have all of them is short, so we put them all together. The Silver Scream music video, but what was it? I forget their name. But anyway, more Kombat X or Too Many Crooks. Somebody said it is Tucker and Dale all over again, because with the majority, with a landslide victory of 71% to a lot of single digits, more Kombat X, it will be the one right here. A lot of people say it's about time it's Tucker and Dale over again, because Tucker and Dale, just like more Kombat X, Tucker and Dale was a fan favorite that a lot of folks was wanting to but it kept getting outvoted as well too. Now the fact that it's down to the wire, it said let's get this out the way, and I myself is happy for it as well too. Now, as for we were watching tonight, it will be a long one, so I'm doing nice. So I got the Kickstart ready. Got a strong start today. Anyway, where's my thing? I just had my little thing with me just a minute ago. I just dropped it that quick. I had my scorpion mask with me. Damn. Give me a second. I had my scorpion mask with me. Give me a second. I'm back. So I got my scorpion mask. I got this one. I got more Kombat 11, but we won't do it anyway for more Kombat X as well too. That's if I get my hair through it, because I had a little more hair than I had before when I bought more Kombat X though. But anyway, make sure it is on for y'all. So yeah, more Kombat X. Kombat X is the second of the reboot restart era of Mortal Kombat, as the Mortal Kombat reboot was made in 2009, I think it was. Let me see, make sure. Let me make sure I get the dates right. So hold on. Mortal Kombat Dead Me. Make sure I get the dates right. But yeah, well, you right. I'm probably freezing a little bit. Mortal Kombat 2011, yeah. So yeah, the Mortal Kombat 2011. So yes, Mortal Kombat X was definitely the follow up to the 2011 rebuild of the game as well too, and the storyline for Mortal Kombat X was awesome from the whole starting off from where we left off from a little bit after we left off as well too, from what happened aftermath of the Mortal Kombat 2011 reboot of most of the combat being bumped off, and then later turned to reverence by Quan Chi as well too, and we get a vision of the remaining combatants, Johnny Cage and Sonya, as well as the new fellow ally who actually had appearance on Mortal Kombat 2011 as a DLC. He's one of the popular ones out of the PlayStation era as well. The PlayStation era, and that was Fusion. Not I said it right. No, Kenshi. My bad. Kenshi was on there as well too. So yeah, and then of course Raiden. And we went from that to some new class of characters such as the offspring of Giant Cage and Sonya Blade, Cassie Cage, a descendant of Kung Lao, Kung Jin, a son of Kishi, and also a student of another ninja who surprisingly, when a few other guys who were free from the Revenant got free himself as well too, to come to find out he was just a Revenant as well too. And we get the backstory of what really happened with this character as well too, and it had to do with this guy in the mask and a alliance we thought we never would get. What would lead them to the alliance into Mortal Kombat 11. I can't wait till he cover that though. But anyway, not just the storyline was great, the cast of characters as well too, including having one of the best DLC ever. As you know, on 2011, Mortal Kombat 2011, the DLC set the stage right there with the inclusion of Kratos being exclusive for the PlayStation, and while another DLC character was placed on there as well too, that was real ended up being the real reason I ended up getting that game, and don't regret it, and that's none other than Freddy Krueger. But this time we didn't got not one, not two, not even three, but 4 figures who happen to have their own kill counts on Dead Meat. 2 horror and 2 sci-fi. And that's none other than Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Alien, and Predator. So yes, or you can say Xenomorph. Either way, nice. And not only that, we based off of one of the DLC, so based off some other DLC, we had bonus skins for other characters, including a cold weather skin for Jackson Briggs in honor of Predator, R.I.P. Carl Weathers, by the way, and many others. So anyway, we're going to check out the kill count of Mortal Kombat X, who later became Mortal Kombat XL due to the extra DLC. But anyway, let's dive into the stories and the kills as well too. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims and all our favorite...
Nice. I'm Scorpion, he's Sub-Zero.
Mortal Kombat media. I'm James H. Denise, and today we're looking at Mortal Kombat X, released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC in 2015. MKX is a direct sequel to Mortal Kombat 9, which revitalized the series in 2011. Thanks to that game's success, the hype for MKX was unreal. It became the fastest and best-selling game of the franchise, with more than 10 million copies sold. Didn't hurt that it had a cool trailer with Subby and Scorpion fighting to a Wiz Khalifa song. Mortal Kombat's jump to a new gaming generation was accompanied by a change in art direction and fighting mechanics. MKX is darker than the other NetherRealm Studios games, with muted colors that are mostly varying shades of gray and brown. The women's outfits are way less skimpy, and characters get sweaty and bloody during their battles. Leaves them looking kinda slimy in the end, like someone spritzed them all over with gelatin. Gameplay-wise, MKX retains the previous game's new X-ray function, while introducing a few new features. Taking a cue from Injustice Gods Among Us, there are now interactive stage elements. It's great. There's nothing like chucking a random bystander at your opponent. Brutalities return as another finisher option, but they're not the super string of combos they were in Ultimate MK3. Now they're basically extra fatalities that you can do to end a match instead of...
And I will say awesome as well too, that was carried on from here to now on MK1 as well too. As well, so that's awesome. And not to mention, we also get introduced to a lot of new characters, some that are heavily hated, and as well too, you know as well too, and but yeah, and some who actually made some returns from the PS series as well too. Kenshi already one of them. The other, we got Boraicho and a little cameo from Lee May, who won't make her fighting appearance until Mortal Kombat 1 as well too, and I say she's one of my favorite characters to play on Mortal Kombat 1.
of doing it afterward. MKX also brought back the long-absent sprint function to encourage fast-paced combat with a K. It can't be overstated how aggressive this game's fighting style is. Combos are king, so it's not exactly friendly to casual players like me, who would try online play only to get juggled non-stop for the entire—
That's why I don't do online play, because I will be honest, I'm not a big combo person as well too. That's why that malfunctioning bot thing they had going on this past season for the rated season was working my nerves. But thank God for relics and some help from some online folks as well too on the groups, without the ones being assholes about it. But yeah.
Bout. Then there's the character variations, which give all the combatants multiple movesets and different strengths. I tried to learn, but I got lost when people started talking about 50-50s.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was like, I'll be honest, while it was cool, it was like kind of my least favorite thing on my Mortal Kombat X as well too. I'm glad they kind of like they dwindled down that well too in Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, you have it, but it's like, because you have to separate. You can't do certain moves or certain brutalities, whatever, with the character because of the variation. And it was like, okay, I'm kind of glad they like dwindled that down a little bit, even down to not having a Mortal Kombat 1. Thank you, Fire God Liu Kang. But anyway.
The fuck is that? Luckily, I don't care about getting good. You know I'm just here to watch my stories. Most of MKX takes place about 25 years after our heroes defeated Shao Kahn. That means they're all older, and a bunch of them have adult kids to continue the combat with a K.
Us older folks are gonna retire someday. So it's time for your generation to step up.
As divisive as the combat kids are, I'm down with a good time jump. Problem is, this story is time pogoing. We jump back and forth between the present and various points in the past, and they're all out of order too, so you end up seeing characters do stuff after you've already seen them die. Oh yeah, and there's a series of canonical graphic novels that takes place before this game. The story—
yeah, that's the other thing that's the other thing too, like some of the characters, I heard that some of the characters are based off of the comics and stuff like that as well too. They appeared on there before the game, so that was like a cool little carry over as well too. But
story ends up being a damn puzzle, more like Nolan Realm Studios. Still, at the end of the day, this is Mortal Kombat. The graphics are a huge step up from MP9, and the roster nicely blends familiar and new. I enjoy the character introductions that happen before a fight, a little 3-line back and forth that is sometimes funny.
Repulsive human.
I'm gonna be honest, that skin of Mileena was low-key the best one to me, badass, because like she got a regular mouth but up front with these fangs on the side. That was pretty badass. I'm not going front.
Sleeping with Baraka's repulsive.
And sometimes shades in lore and backstory.
How do you know me?
We house your family's souls.
Even with the confusing plot that occasionally gets sidetracked and slowed down, I still had a great time playing Mortal Kombat X. Can't ask a video game for more than that. Now before we continue, I've got to transform and take a visit to the sponsor realm. Cook Unity is a subscription service that delivers fresh, handcrafted meals right to your door. They're designed by professional chefs, made daily in regional micro kitchens, and delivered fully cooked to you, or in this case, me, every week, in as few as 4 per week or as many as 16, with the option to pause, skip, or cancel with a K whenever you like. Then all you have to do is heat it up, and since I don't have Scorpion's fire breath, this oven will have to do. Thanks to Cook Unity, I'm able to put together a meal that's not only filling, but also well-made and interesting, without having to waste an hour or more of my day on cooking and doing dishes. After all, when you're in the business of death, life's plenty busy already. And Cook Unity offers a wide range of meals to choose from, with over 7 dietary preferences you can sort by, like vegan, paleo, and gluten-free. Now, my only dietary restriction is the blood of my enemies. So I'm gonna eat this Korean flank steak rice bowl with asparagus from Chef Esther Choi, a New York City chef who was named a Zagat 30 under 30 for her cooking. But if you're vegan, you could go for their vegan rigatoni vodka with pine nut parmesan. Gluten-free? No problem. Just choose their chipotle lime salmon with Brussels sprouts.
Nice.
There's so many options. Now, if you don't mind, good enough for an elder god. You can try Cook Unity for yourself and get 50% off your first order by going to cookunity.com/deadmeat50 or clicking the link in the description and using code deadmeat50. All right, no more delays. Let's get to kill count.
Alright, before this, I'm gonna do a special one with this one as well too. Let me make sure my scripted mess a little bit straight. Alright, let's get this.
Counting with a K. Like K on for count too, not just for kills. That already has a K. The game begins with Stony Statue story time. Johnny Cage narrates the tale of Shinnok, an Elder God who rebelled against the others and invaded Earthrealm. He was stopped by the Elder Gods and Raiden, who is not an Elder God, and I'm sorry that I said he was in the last episode. I was wrong. I mean, he did become an Elder God at the end of MK4, but he renounced it to defend Earthrealm and Deadly Alliance. And besides, that's the OG timeline. We're in the second of 3 timelines now. Anyway, they chained up Shinnok like Jason at the bottom of Crystal Lake, but anyone who finished MK9 or its kill count knows that Netherrealm nuisance is back. After that intro, we get a kill. A soldier missing his face in the middle of a war. We're on the streets of Earthrealm City again, where 11 soldiers are seen getting murdered by
this scene was woo!
the realm beasts. That's including all the dudes who get snatched up and flown away. And it's definitely including this one who gets decapitated. And you know what? These gargoyle guys are humanoid enough for me. So I'll also count the one who gets gunned down. Send Quasimodo my regards. This is 2 years after the events of the last game, during the Netherrealm War. Quan Chi's demons are wreaking havoc on Earthrealm. Nope, I didn't mean that havoc. Save it for MK1. Major Sonya Blade is leading a special forces squad and is joined by movie star Johnny Cage and Kenshi Takahashi, a blind swordsman. Kenshi was in the 3D trilogy, Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, and was also a DLC character in MK9. His sword, named Sento, contains his ancestral spirits who help guide him in combat. Their fellow choppers start to go boom, and normally I'd only count 1 pilot each for those. But we do see 6 soldiers in the back of this one, plus a pilot and presumably a co-pilot in Sonya's spot. So I'll assume 8 is a standard unit size and double it to 16 for these 2 Blackhawks that go down. At least our heroes are on this chopper.
See, the thing about this, man, it's gonna be interesting to figure out who's gonna be who's gonna get the wars this one, because this can go to so many wars. It can go to so many kills on here.
Plus a pilot
So
and
I'm not even gonna guess
presumably a
this one.
co-pilot in Sonya's spot. So I'll assume 8 is a
I'm
standard
not even gonna
unit
guess the
size
word
and
on
double
this
it to
one.
16 for these 2 Blackhawks that go down. At least our heroes are on
Here we
this
go.
chopper.
Go!
Not that it's really all that much.
Come here!
Suppose
You gotta do it.
you can fly this thing? Probably not. A harpoon's a sure sign of a scorpion infestation. And sure enough, that revenant
There you go.
murders 4 of the seated soldiers in a jiffy. And with style. After a small confines QTE
Yeah.
fight, Kenshi saves Johnny by spearing Scorpion out the door. But then the Ice Ninja Sub-Zero arrives and kills off the last 2 soldiers with a double Jason X kill. Now, I know what you're thinking. This doesn't make any sense. Sub-Zero, real name Kuai Liang, turned into a friggin' cyborg 2 years ago thanks to the Cyber Lin Kuei. And what's more so, that Cyber Subby got his frozen ass kicked by a screaming Sindel. His death got the dull machete and everything. Yes, well, it's simple, you see. His soul was taken by Quan Chi along with the other fallen combatants, and the sorcerer decided he had more use and potential in his human form. He restored Kuai Liang back to his body, but still controls his revenant soul. It's all in the comics, folks. Kenshi and Johnny managed to...
I figured it was a comic reason why he became human though as well too though. As well. Let me see. I don't think there you go. I figured it was comic reason why he in back in his human form.
to get the ninjas off their chopper. Get out of here!
Get
But
out of
it
here!
crashes to the ground anyway. Womp womp. Don't worry though, the named characters survived.
We fared better than the men.
Yeah, sure could say that again, dude.
You got that right.
Cage has to fight the ninjas properly on the ground, and during the battles, you can see 3 soldiers killed in the background. They're carried off to die by ghoulish gargoyles. All this fighting is worth it in their effort to reach Raiden's temple, where a battle sees 17 monks, I think, murdered by Netherrealm beasts. Just so many dead Tony Shalhoubs all over the place. The
Tony
only
Shalhoubs.
defenders left are Raiden and Fujin, who kill off 25 of these humanoid beasts with their combined weather powers. Oh, and with spears. Actually, they use the spears more. Way more. Yo, spears are dope. These kills are much cooler than that wind shit. Take no Fletch, Stormtail. They're just about overwhelmed, as is Josh counting kills, when we get one more for him to add. A beast whose stomach explodes thanks to a green skull from the sorcerer Quan Chi. He shows off some of his revenants, Sindel, Striker, and Cabal. The latter two ain't gonna do shit in this game, other than lie down to the Weather Wonder Twins. twins. Much scarier than these jobber ghouls is the ground-clapping entrance of Shinnok. He's an elder god from the Nether Realm, and he's real poetic about death.
Remove the shadow from the light. The shadow grows. The legacy of life is death.
Is that Fallout Boy or MCR? Shinnok's probably Mortal Kombat's most powerful antagonist, at least up to this point. I mean, he took over the Netherrealm after defeating Lucifer. Yeah, just straight up Lucifer. That's according to the manual for Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, which marked Shinnok's first appearance as a low-res polygon monster. Mythologies was an action-adventure game released in 1997. It was the first in the series not to be a fighting game, so I never gave it any thought. Heard it's kind of a pain in the ass. Interestingly, it's still canon in this timeline, since it takes place before the events of the original Mortal Kombat, so it wouldn't have been changed by Raiden's confusing call to the past. Shinnok more prominently featured in MK4, where he was the main boss and a playable character, but he was absent from the next two games. He was in Armageddon, but I mean, who the fuck wasn't, am I right? On their way to Raiden's temple, the Special Forces see 9 dead Shaolin monks being cleaned up. Nothing like a good corpse pile. They're found by Revenant Nightwolf, who's joined for the fight by Revenant Jax and Revenant Smoke.
Smoke is dead. I am an Enra.
Oh, I'm sorry, Revenant Anenra. Revenenra? Anenra's the Japanese word for smoke, which is cool, I guess. Would be cooler if smoke did anything in this game.
Right.
It's a bummer for these Earthrealmers to have to fight their former friends, but they'd better do it, because Revenant Jax is full of piss and vinegar.
It's crazy. I was wondering why I guess they had to change it up for the game itself as well too. Like their Revenant stuff look like I guess again got probably from the comic why they had a new look or anything, not like a Revenant what they were before too. Like, you know, Jax right here is bald and his arms are spiky now as well too. So yeah.
The vinegar. Friends or not, they beat him up real good. Still sad though.
We're gonna fix you someday.
I can fix him. Inside the cave, Kenshi and Sento guide the SFers to a portal to Raiden's temple. Good thing, since Raiden and Fujin are attacked by Shinnok's forces and their coordinated grunting. The fight's a major headache, and Shinnok's getting ready to welcome them to the Netherrealm when he's interrupted by a shadow kick, courtesy of Johnny Cage. The Elder God fights back with poise and style. Sometimes.
But I love how they made Johnny Cage a lot more heroic in this world too, like, cause you know it's always been Luke Cage, the chosen one, as well too. Then the second one took a break for it because they killed off Luke Cage and everything. They killed off Luke Cage on the other one, so now that but this one they kind of still killed him off within the end of the last one, so we got everybody else get a chance to be heroic. And I like that Johnny Cage in one step because Johnny Cage always been one of my favorite characters as well too, man. I always a fan of Johnny Cage and as well too. And the first movie made me a bit bigger fan as well too. So pissed that he got bumped off the Annihilation, but I understood because it was part of his disappearance on Mortal Kombat 3 because he was killed on. But yeah, well, let's keep going.
Pulling a mid-air Pennywise, and sometimes looking like Neo when he realized he's the one. Damn, Shinny's so elegant. He goes to kill Sonya, only for Johnny to interfere, and the combination of powers turns him into a Super Saiyan of sorts. Huh, things didn't work out that way for Liu Kang with 2 powers combined, or Nightwolf and Sindel, come to think of it. Guess Johnny's got that A-list plot armor. This green halo is apparently a product of Johnny's Mediterranean war cult ancestry. Wonder if we should call him a hero or a gyro. The Gamma Glow allows him to defeat Shinnok and secure his amulet for the good guys. Oh yeah, Shinnok's got an amulet too. Mortal Kombat loves its freaking amulets. Whole series lousy with them. Raiden uses the amulet.
Love it so much that it being used on Mortal Kombat 1 as for the invasion mode.
To capture Shinnok, and though Quan Chi and his revenants get away, Johnny and Sonya start snuggling up real nice.
She called me Johnny.
Later, in another chapter, we see what happened after Shinnok was imprisoned. The flirty duo tracked Quan Chi to his fortress, where the sorcerer confronted them with Revenant Sub-Zero, Jax, and Scorpion. A bunch of fighting ensued, but it ended when Revenant Jax stuck a blade through Johnny's back. As Cage bleeds out, Quan Chi's centerpiece blood pool starts bubbling up a brand new Johnny Cage. Or just like a random random bald guy if you're going by the background when this place is a fighting stage. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Is Johnny's life force being removed and put in a revenant body? That's my guess. Raiden appears out of nowhere, as he does, and electroshocks the blood baby to reverse whatever's happening here. To help him, Sonya QTE kicks Quan Chi's ass, stomping his head a whole bunch of times. Oh, and one to his Quan Chi-ness too. Eventually, Raiden's lightning destroys the 3D blood printer, saves Johnny, and restores Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Jax to their living human forms.
That's amazing.
No, that's bullshit. What even happened there?
By coupling Quan Chi's dark magics to my own, I was able to restore their souls.
Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Quan Chi is...
And the thing about it though, like, we seen it happen to Jackson Sub-Zero. It was a surprising that Scorpion also as well too. I guess they didn't make it seem like Scorpion was hit too until later on when we found out what Scorpion looked like in the future.
Escaped yet again, but at least this actor and this cop found love. Now it's 20 years later, and an older Johnny Cage is leading a bunch of youths. Among them, Cassie Cage, he and Sonya's 20-year-old daughter. So you do the math. Johnny must have invaded more than one sacred temple that night. Yeah, I mean, Cassie is a special forces soldier, as is Jackie Briggs, the daughter of Jackson Jax Briggs. They're teaming up with Kung Jin, a member of the Shaolin monks like Liu Kang and Kung Lao before him, and Takeda Takahashi, the son of the blind swordsman Kenshi and a member of the Shirai Ryu, which is of course Scorpion's ninja clan. Now again, I know what you're thinking. You didn't mention the Lin Kuei, James. Well, that's where this group is headed right now, to convince the Lin Kuei Grandmaster to join their cause. And that Grandmaster is a scorching hot Sub-Zero. After Raiden's lightning restored him from his revenant state, Kuai Liang rose to the top of the Lin Kuei clan. The combat kids try to sneak in and confront him, but come on, this Sub-Zero motherfuckers. First he beats down Cassie, but compares her favorably to
I like how, and funny, I like how both him and you see him and another ninja is repping the beard gang later on down the line.
Then he disciplines Takeda Takahashi, Jackie Briggs, and Kung Jin with both his actions and his purrs.
False bravado does not suit you.
Those dulcet tones are provided by Stephen Bloom.
Shout out to Bloom, man. He did his thing, but I was gonna say I do like the new era of the guys, because all four of them, I would say my top favorite is definitely the tie between Cassie and Takeda. That's why I'm so glad he's going to be a DLC on MK1. Hopefully Cassie and them comes back a little as well too. I guess the least out of them, my favorite is Kung Jin. He was cool, just like his character-wise I liked him, but gameplay and move-wise I wasn't too much of a fan of the whole bow and arrow thing, to be honest.
Bloom, previously heard on this show by some of you as the Critters in Critters Attack. He also voices Reptile and Bo Rai Cho in this game, and you may know him as Wolverine or Spike Spiegel. With all those credits, you want to like this guy, so it's a good thing these fights were just a training exercise. Turns out Subby's been allied with Johnny Cage the whole time. I love the little crab walk this guy does when he cuts the kids free. Johnny's put together this group project to keep peace with Outworld, which is in the midst of a civil war. Their current emperor is Kotal Khan, the last member of the Aztec-inspired Aztec race. His rule is being threatened by Melina, who inherited the realm after the death of her father Shao Kahn, scary skull mask guy. Now she's fighting to take it back with a few loyal forces, and more importantly, Shinnok's amulet. Melina has the Tarkatans on her side, and they stage an attack on Kotal Khan's procession. It gets 6 of them killed by Kotal's cortege, which includes Ermac and his creepy dead guy powers. Also includes this Bug Lady. You don't want to get killed by Bug Lady. As the fight continues, a wide shot and other angles show 36 more bodies to count. Holy crap.
I would say, what's the name? Aaron Black, man. I liked him. Although I was not a fan of his finisher on MK11 though. Him on MKX was better than him on MK11.
Crap, man. They consist of both Tarkatans and forces loyal to Kotal Khan. Thank you for your counting service, Josh. You a real one. Our old friend Kano's here, and he's being paid for by the Melina for Emperor group. So he tries to assassinate Kotal Khan. He's almost quick time evented out of his one good eye mate, then beat down in the old-fashioned button mashing way. Oh, glad to see the fighting hasn't spread to the giant crank district back there. Before Kotal Khan can kill Kano, he's stopped by a fireball from Tanya. Tanya's an Adanian, the god-descended human-looking race that includes Katana and Jade. She's allied with Melina in hopes of winning Adania's freedom from Outworld. Tanya first appeared in Mortal Kombat 4, where she worked for Quan Chi and Shinnok.
I don't know what Katana saw in you. Can't you see, Liu Kang? This is a trap.
Her improved...
She redeemed herself on MK1, but I hate her. The hatred I have for her since the end of 4, man. I swear.
Voice acting in this game is provided by Jennifer Hale, best known as FemShep in Mass Effect. Kotal Khan uses his sunlight powers to defeat this freedom fighter, then teleports to a rooftop, where he quickly takes down 3 Tarkatans with various forms of dismemberment. Kotal Khan's kinda cool. He moves on to Melina and bests her in combat with a K, but then she breaks out the super weapon. Holy shit, that amulet disintegrates 3 dudes! Melina escapes thanks to another Adanian named Rain, who splooshes her away. That was so sudden, just The violent civil war between Kotal and Melina is causing a refugee problem, as wars do. Thousands of Outworlders, have come through a portal to Earthrealm, and the Special Forces are trying to control the situation. They speak to Li Mei, an Outworlder from the village of Sun Do, and a character who first showed up in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. In the original timeline, she and her people were enslaved by the sorcerers to build a temple that would make a soulmate-o. She fought for the freedom of her village, but it didn't quite work out in the end. In MKX, Li Mei's a non-playable character who's willing to help out Earthrealm, even as Johnny Cage completely dismisses her people.
Our village, Sundo, was the epicenter of a fierce battle. We barely escaped with our lives.
Such is war.
Yo, what the fuck, dude? Li Mei's voiced by Tara Strong, a voice acting legend whose long list of roles includes a Powerpuff Girl, a Teen Titan, and a Timmy Turner. Strong also voices the Farah half of new character Farah Tor, a symbiotic Master Blaster-like combatant from Outworld, who doesn't really affect the story at all, so this is all you'll hear of them.
Your eyes, so bright. Gonna carve them out!
Thanks to Li Mei.
And she's slated to be a new cameo on MK1 along with Homelander.
Earthrealmers learn that Melina has Shinnok's amulet. Sonya tells Cassie to take her team to Outworld. She's not in the mommin' mood, so anything to get some time away from her daughter. Johnny tries to talk to her, but she's only focused on the mission. It's why they got divorced after having Cassie.
There was a time when you cared more about your family than your job. General.
The combat kiddies head to Outworld and run into Aaron Black, a new character who's a badass gunslinger with a cool voice.
Now state your business, including a reason why we shouldn't kill you.
He's voiced by the prolific Troy Baker, who also voices Fujin and the big bad himself, Shinnok.
Oh, wow.
Baker is a video game mainstay, voicing tons of well-known characters, including Joel in the Last of Us games. As for Aaron Black, he's an Earthrealm-born mercenary that may or may not have worked for Kano's Black Dragon clan. He was born in 19th century Texas, but granted a long life by Shang Tsung, which is why he's still here. He works for Kotal Khan as their reptile-like low-card jobber. The MK babies flash some amulet to gain cred, but it doesn't work.
The reason why he said that about the Black Dragon because of MKX and then MK11. Yeah, I was like wondering, was he a black? I was wondering that too.
I can buy one of those at that stall right over there.
Wonder if that's where you can buy the DLC horror characters too. MKX combat packs included Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, the Xenomorph from Alien, and Predator. And y'all say this shit ain't horror. Kung Jin avoids a fight and gets them backstage passes to see Kotal Khan at today's public execution. It's the hottest ticket in Outworld. The condemned man is a starving guy, only guilty of stealing bread to survive, so Kung Jin stops his beheading with an arrow. Fighting ensues, like a whole bunch of it, and Kung Jin puts down the cowboy, but I don't think anyone actually gets killed amidst all the chaos here. If there had been deaths, they'd be in bigger trouble when Bug Lady finally arrives. This is Devora, and she's a chitin, a colony of insects that bond together to form a humanoid body. She's like if Oogie Boogie and Tinkerbell had a baby. Please don't send me that porn. She's divisive among the fan base.
Yep. I can't with James sometimes. Were you serious? But it's serious. Is it really porn like that? That's just sick.
But personally, I fucking love Devora. She's one of my favorite new characters, and not just cause she's hands down the hottest bug I've ever seen. Sorry, Flick. I love the way she refers to herself as this one.
Yeah.
Her wonderful, interesting voice acting done by Kelly Hu. Last seen on this show in Friday 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. She took that hell of a drop. Finally, Devora's a dope-ass hype woman.
Make way for Kotal Khan. Move!
Kung Jin's crew.
I like that Lee May. Man. Tara's. Shit. What's the fucking name? I didn't have a brain fart. What's her name again? Kelly Hu. I like how Kelly Hu's been really part of the Mortal Kombat franchise as well too. Voicing, like say, such as voicing Devora here, and then later on she's voice and model for Sindel and Li Mei on the game itself as well, on Mortal Kombat 1 as well too. But yeah, I like that how involved she is part of Mortal Kombat universe and franchise as well too. So shout out to Kelly Hu. too as well too. I mean, everybody always loved her as a Deathstroke as well too. But we always remember her from either, like I said, Friday 13 getting choke to death and slam, and for my ninja fans, Surf Ninjas.
Crew yells at him for interfering, getting so mad they double swear.
And currently on BMF.
You want to take this opportunity to tell us what the fuck shit you were thinking?
Great delivery by Cassie's voice actor Ashley Birch, who was in Borderlands, Horizon Zero Dawn, and the indie game Life is Strange. We find out why Kung Jin is sympathetic to petty thieves, because just 5 years ago, he was a pretty petty thief himself. He broke into a Shaolin monk temple and took an heirloom amiibo that belonged to his cousin Kung Lao. Raiden caught Kung Jin and caught the kid's dressing down. He was mad at the Lightning Lord for letting Kung Lao get killed.
You made him fight Shao Kahn and stood there while that bastard snapped his neck.
What? Raiden didn't make Kung Lao do shit. Guy stepped up to fight like he always does, but forgot that he had only been the sub-boss. Raiden tries to convince Kung Jin to join the Shaolin monks, like his cousin Kung Lao and their ancestor, the great Kung Lao, before him. And guess what, dude? It's cool that you're gay.
They care only about what is in your heart, not whom your heart desires.
Kung Jin is the first confirmed gay character of the series, though this is the only time it's referenced. More focus is put on his erudite interests. That's why he's so knowledgeable about Outworld.
I don't know, I expected the sky to be purple or something.
Don't believe everything you see online.
That's a tongue-in-cheek reference to how some of the older games, and even the movies, depicted Outworld as having a purple sky. Kung Jin's knowledge of the realm allows him to converse with Kotal Khan.
At least one Earthrealmer can forge words like silver.
Speaking of silver tongues, Kotal Khan's is provided by Phil Lamar. He's done voice acting in everything from Futurama to Samurai Jack, but I'll always think of him as the guy from Mad TV and Pulp Fiction. Despite the diplomacy, a fight still happens anyway, and when Kung Jin defeats Kotal Khan, he goes full katana.
Now kill me. Be done with it.
In exchange for his life, Kung Jin gets Kotal Khan to join them against Melina, because ain't no one looking to get disintegrated. Cassie calls her mom and tells her the news, as General Sonya tries to sniff out a rat. Li Mei told her Kano came in through the portal with the refugees, so now she's gotta get to the bottom of Down Under. At the camp, a refugee woman has been found killed with one of Kano's so-called neckties. Wonder if that's what he gave his dad for Father's Day. This kill puts Sonya on high alert, and soon she spots a sussy baka in the crowd. Too bad we don't get a scene of her beating the crap out of this lady, who's somehow Kano in disguise.
Hello, love. Been a while.
Not long enough.
While Kano was voiced by the returning Michael McConaughey, Sonya has a new voice in the form of Trisha Helfer, best known for Battlestar Galactica, or if you're me, Lucifer. Oh, she also voiced Kerrigan in StarCraft 2. Fuck yeah, dude. They fight in the...
I'm gonna say this right now. Well, nah, because after how she's been lately, with her downplay on wrestling thing, fuck her. But the person right here should have kept on being voices. Should have voiced Sonya on Mortal Kombat 11, because Ronda Rousey wasn't it. If anything, Ronda Rousey should have just did the mocap, nothing more, nothing less, not the voice acting. Because that's all I gotta say. If you played the game in the storyline for Mortal Kombat 11, yeah.
refugee
No, that's something else she's not great at. I mean,
camp, and I'll just note that sometimes a Tarkatan comes through the portal back there and gets killed. But this is a random occurrence that varies depending on how long your match goes on, so I'll only count this as a single kill. Not sure what else I'm supposed to do. After the fight, Sonya kindly convinces Kano to tell them where Shinnok's amulet is. She relays the info to the combat kids, still hanging out with the Bug Lady and the Peck King. Hey, speaking of Samurai Jack and Screamin' Mad Georgina, let's get their backstory with another flashback. Hooray! 5 years ago, Melina ruled as Khanum of Outworld, but was fixated with waging war on Earthrealm. Kodo wanted to usurp her and bring peace to the realm, so he asked D'Vorah for help, since the only one on his side so far was fucking Reptile. Actually, Reppy Boy comes through this time and spills the tea about Melina.
She is a construct, formed in Shang Tsung's flesh pits. Your best claim to the throne is moot.
With that revelation, D'Vorah decides to cut bait.
This one serves Melina no longer.
God, she sounds like someone applied auto-tune without knowing how to use it. Joining her in side-swapping is creepy dead guy's Ermac, leaving Melina with only Tarkatans on her side. And yes, it's pronounced Tarkatan. I got it wrong in the last video. And honestly, it feels like Baraka called me out personally. To be fair though, if I hadn't pronounced it wrong, we wouldn't have gotten that Electric 6 parody. So, you know, I think it was worth it. D'Vorah takes Baraka to the street, and not only beats him the regular amount, with Kotal giving her a thumbs down, she straight up fatalities Baraka, with the music and everything. It's hilariously over the top, as she takes the brain from his head and his heart and goes bum bum ba da dum. Sorry Baraka Raka, you'll never talk to me again. And that, Combat Kids, is how Outworld met its new ruler. Back in the, present, right? D'Vorah and Cassie Cage find Mileena thanks to Kano's intel. First, they run into Rain, an Edanian descended from the god Argus, whose temple the Battle of Armageddon took place upon, so, you know, that's pretty cool. He's secretly hoping Shinnok's amulet kills Mileena so he can take over, but in the meantime, he's on her side, which is why he splooshed her to safety earlier. Like Reptile, Noob Saibot, Smoke, and Ermac, Rain was a palette swap ninja in the original 16-bit games. Palette swapping was a way to get around memory restraints on early consoles, allowing multiple characters to exist using a single sprite with different colors. As graphics evolved, so did these characters' unique appearances, and now you'd never be able to tell that Rain started as a purple scorpion. Oh, and yes, his name is a reference to Prince. He is Purple Rain. D'Vorah takes out the sploosh bag, as well as the other Edanian, Tanya, before finally fighting Mileena. She secures victory over the once and would-be future leader of Outworld, and the half-clone is taken to Kotal Khan, who sentences her to death by hot lesbian action. Oh, so that's why Mileena's design in this game has lips, so she can be killed by D'Vorah, who pukes bugs into her mouth until her skull skin is nothing but bug food. Fucking gross.
The rebellion is over.
As is my appetite. With Mileena taken care of, Kotal Khan turns on the Earthrealmers, taking Shinnok's amulet for himself and holding them captive. And if one betrayal wasn't enough, try a bugs! Cause turns out D'Vorah's scheming against Kotal Khan and is actually allied with the forces of Netherrealm.
This one lives to serve Shinnok.
This one.
This is why I can't stand that person. Yeah, she a snake and a snake on 11.
Kills 2 Outworld guards with her bug powers, then retrieves Shinnok's amulet. Great, now a bug's got a WMD. Sonya visits Jax, who has spent his post-Revenant life as a simple man on a farm. He's mad his daughter Jackie joined the Special Forces and still holds it against Sonya, and especially Johnny Cage. But they want his help capturing Quan Chi now that he's resurfaced, and thankfully for them, it's always saving time for Farmer Jax. His daughter could use saving right now, since she and the Combat Kids are locked up Akon style. Cassie really living up to her last name. Once again, it's flashback o'clock, and someone must have stopped at a 7-Eleven, because it's taquito time. 5 years ago, Taquito was a student of Hanzo Hasashi, aka Scorpion, who at that point was an ex-Revenant who had a serious glow-up. Taquito had been estranged from—
There we go, and there you have it. That's where we found out Scorpion was also free from a Revenant as well. Found out he was actually a Revenant himself as well too. Instead of how they had him portrayed in the past as a Spectre or Ghost, or how you say a ghost. Nah, he was actually just as much of a Revenant as the other as well too. Just in his own form, he was just the earlier Revenant.
From his father Kenshi, but Master Hasashi organized a father fuckboy reunion. Despite some initial conflict between them, they made up, and Kenshi told his son he had more to learn.
Now it is time to complete your training.
How did you do that?
We're telepaths. A family gift.
In the present, Takeda saves his friends with mind bullets, the product of his father's training. I don't think he killed that guard though. The tiny platoon adventures continues as they run into Kotal Khan's forces on the dock. Kung Jin uses an atmosphere arrow to set the mood. Takeda uses his psychic training and the reflexes of you, the player, to beat reptiles senseless. Shouldn't have been a licky boy. He also defeats Aaron Black, and though Ermac's multi-minds give him a psychic migraine, he comes out on top in that fight too. The kids escape, which Kotal Khan is not pleased about. He assumes they're working with D'Vorah and have taken the amulet, and plans to invade Earthrealm to get it back. That dummy don't know the amulet is actually on its way to the Netherrealm, which is why Jax is there alongside Kenshi and a bunch of future dead soldiers. Their Netherrealm informant is Serena, an actual demon who first appeared in mythology's Sub-Zero. She was loyal to Quan Chi, but eventually turned on him, probably because he couldn't remember his lines.
Immortal, with the ability to freeze.
I forgot my line.
You suck.
Thereafter, she aligned her—
Damn it, Richard. I guess you know that's Richard Division. He the best known as also playing Kano and Cabal in the games.
Herself with Bi-Han Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei. She's only been playable in the Game Boy Advance Game Tournament Edition, and of course Armageddon, but she does make a return in this year's MK1, where you can see her in her little imp form. Quan Chi's a-comin' with some Revenants, all of them riding demon rams? I don't know, they're pretty cool though. The bad guys murder 13, I believe, Special Forces guys, with various forms of magic, beheadings, fireballs, and a little gun. God damn it, Stryker! Jax gets involved and beats down Revenant Kung Lao with his very fun fighting style that includes fucking power bombs.
I love it.
Hell yeah, dude. Revenant Sindel is able to hang on by the skin of her teats before succumbing to Jax's one-man armies. So much for her overlooked, unfit appearance. Jax then saves Serena from Revenant Katana, who seems to enjoy her present state.
It suits me. I am a victim no longer.
She's so fucking over it. The fighting ends and the Revenants flee, and since everyone else's ass is kicked, Jax volunteers to find Quan Chi himself.
You'll be killed.
Wouldn't be the first time.
What a badass. He finds Quan Chi with Revenant Liu Kang, then takes down the zombie Shaolin monk in order to keep that faction XP grind going. He moves on to the sorcerer, who's so weak at this point, a single punch takes him to the ground. He's handcuffed and brought to General Sonya Blade for questioning, but before she can get to it, Hanzo Hasashi shows up. He wants to kill Quan Chi, even though Sonya needs him alive to restore Liu Kang and their other zombie friends. But that doesn't sound like a Hanzo problem.
You'd leave them trapped? Like you were?
Only Quan Chi concerns me.
Scorpion Man, always only looking out for number one. His Shirai Ryu warriors descend upon the Special Forces, but since he gave them orders to wound, not kill, I'm not gonna count any background bodies here. Hanzo and Sonya fight, and the funniest fucking thing is when you use your X-ray to defeat her, and then after the fight ends, he says this.
I wish you no harm, General Blade.
It was a painless harpooning, you see. In any case, nothing's gonna stop Hanzo from getting to Quan Chi, whom he calls the architect of his suffering. That's because doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. 5 years ago, Hanzo learned quite the ice cream scoop from Kuai Liang.
Now, this right here is my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes of this whole story, right here. Sorry. This is one of my favorite scenes of this whole story right here. The backstory and the official line we got for two of the top faces of Mortal Kombat as well, too.
After getting de-revenantized, Subby returned to his clan, who were still cyborgs under the leadership of Grandmaster Sector. Sub-Zero killed Sector and keeps the cyborg's head around like Bishop in Alien 3. With that visual aid, we can put the ketchupy Lin Kuei on the kill count. Subby examined Sector's memory chip and learned that the Lin Kuei were working for Quan Chi, who took personal responsibility for slaughtering the Shirai Ryu.
Dun dun dun!
You know, it's weird that everyone's defining life moments all happened 5 years ago. What, there's just a whole 15 years of nothing before that? Anyway, this means Scorpion's entire revenge plot against Bi-Han was built on a lie, one that Quan Chi told him while the undead Scorpion was still a specter. Not a revenant, like I incorrectly said in the last kill count. Sorry. Again. It was Quan Chi who killed Hanzo's family, not Bi-Han, which is why Hanzo's coming after the sorcerer now. Quan Chi tries to talk his way out of it, but Scorpion's—
My name is Hanzo Hasashi!
Sorry, Hanzo's too pissed off to listen. I know some people were frustrated by his actions here, but this is the same dude who killed Bi-Han after promising Raiden he wouldn't. He's a hot-headed guy out for vengeance. It's just what he does. In the midst of the beatdown, Devora arrives, but she can't keep Scorpion's prize away from him.
Get over here!
For that line only, Scorpion is voiced by MK co-creator Ed Boon. He's been saying, "Get over here!" since the very first Mortal Kombat in 1992. He's voiced the battle cry in every game since, making him the longest-running video game voice actor of a single role. Devora tosses Shinnok's amulet to Quan Chi, and he utters a spell in slow motion. Right as he catches the catch-all magical device, he's decapitated by Hanzo's blade. Hanzo Hasashi has once again gotten revenge with a beheading, but judging by that slight smile, it's too late. Indeed it is, as the amulet erupts and gives birth to the fallen elder god Shinnok. He makes quick work of Hanzo and all the special forces, because these folks don't mean shit to him.
How small they are.
Though Quan Chi died to bring him here, Shinnok still got Devora and the Revenant gang. Though where Stryker and Cabal are, I just couldn't tell you, man. They take Johnny Cage as prisoner, but for some reason, leave everyone else alive. The Combat Kids get back just in time to see all the carnage, with a K. Raiden flashes to his temple, where Master Bo Rai Cho is waiting. This guy is one of the lesser-liked characters in the franchise. Introduced in Deadly Alliance, Bo Rai Cho is a Shaolin monk responsible for training Liu Kang and Kung Lao. But he's worse than just a drunken master archetype. He's a drunken, farting, puking master whose moveset might as well be from the Beavis and Butthead Genesis game, which fucking ruled.
I'm sorry, but that's the reason why I like him. That's the reason why I like him. He's funny. He's fun. Like the BA master to do all this. It's like he's up there with the Master Roshis of this world as well too. Guys who are about the training, but also aside is the jokester.
That was cool.
Looks like in this timeline, dude still gets his drink on, but at least he seems a bit more hygienic. The two of them head to the Jinsei Chamber, which is a giant well of Earthrealm's life force.
Such beauty, like gazing upon the elder gods themselves.
Really? Because I don't remember them looking like blue lava, more like, giant heads. Raiden tells Bo Rai Cho he's really, really sad about Liu Kang and Kung Lao getting killed and becoming revenants. He still hopes to restore them to human form.
I suppose it is possible.
As long as Quan Chi lives.
Oh,
damn!
Looks like Hanzo's gonna...
Damn! And I won't put it up there because unfortunately that had to take that out of my clip for the Ross thing because of demonetization. So yeah,
be in trouble again. Raiden reminisces about the past. Damn it, not again. But this time we switch it up and go back 25 years in between the events of Mortal Kombat's 1 and 2, or I guess in between the first and second parts of MK9. Man, this shit's confusing. This was during Shao Kahn's invasion of Earthrealm, and apparently Devoro was there the whole time. Oh, Baraka, that bug leg gonna kill you in the future.
The only thing I find it interesting with these how they make it seem like even with Loving how like these newer characters were part of the story, was part of the storyline, but wasn't known until their appearance in the games as well too. Because we're here, Devore was part of the Outward during the timeline Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and on Mortal Kombat 11, what's the name, the Collector was part of it, was around during the Mortal Kombat 2 timeline as well too. As you know, the timeline takes place from that area as well too. So yeah.
Flashback.
Or
like
he was because Shao Kahn, because he's be part of Shao Kahn's whatever.
Necessary.
Shao Kahn.
Outside of watching Raiden stop Devora's attacks with a giant bug zapper. But we don't really learn anything new here. It feels like padding so you can play as Raiden a little more. Back in the present, Raiden's back to Bath is interrupted by Shinnok, who zaps Bo Rai Cho, but I don't think kills him.
You know not his power. His soul cannot be subjugated.
The Nether God leaves through a door that must have spent a lot of time doing Ab Ripper X.
Hey.
Damn, get a door? Raiden is forced to fight Liu and Lao, whom he just said were like sons to him. Guess they've got a Ray and Dominic thing going on there. All the zombies stomp a mud hole in Raiden's ass, but he fights back, and fights back the tears when Revenant Liu Kang gets sassy.
This is not your destiny, Liu Kang.
More visions, Raiden? Do you still see the future?
Love that line delivery by Tom Choi, returning to voice Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat 9 and MKVDCU. Raiden defeats Liu Kang and goes to stop, whatever's happening here. Is Shinnok bleeding into the Jinsei? And what the fuck's Devora doing? Yo, damn, this alliance ain't deadly, it's nasty. Yuck. Raiden gets trapped by Shinnok's ground grabbers, and the fallen Elder God submerges himself in Jinsei. The steam from his bath is seen for miles around, ushering in the end of the world as we know it. Quick, everyone, get your final thoughts out. Hey, I think I love you is more than just a guard. Wait, what? Between the Jinsei shower and probably a bunch of rare candies, Shinnok evolves into a Chernabog? Or maybe a Shinnabog. It's up to the combat kids to save the day, but en route to Raiden's temple, they run into an Outworld portal. Kotal Khan and his crew, with a K, is here, thinking they stole the amulet. The Endor-like woods fight that ensues sees 8 Outworlders get killed. A grenade knocks a tree down onto 6 of them, and then Kung Jin kills 2 more with his energy arrows. There's some fighting and a little bit of romance as Jackie and Takeda develop a relationship of convenience. She gets a good moment when she beats down Ermac, considering he's the reason her dad had to hold her as a baby with metal arms. The kids tell Kotal Khan that Shinnok's the bad guy. I mean, look at that sky. It's all evil. Kotal decides that he, for one, welcomes his new Shinnok overlord.
I will appease Shinnok. Bring him your heads. gain time to bolster Outworld's defenses.
The combat kids are cornered, with a K, but at the last minute, their attackers freeze. Rescue comes in the form of Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei, though I don't see any definitive kills in the background. As Subby pushes Kotal Khan back to Outworld, the kids continue on to Raiden's temple. They overhear that Shinnok wants to capture Earthrealm first, then make war on the heavens and defeat the Elder Gods themselves. That would basically end the universe, so they fight their way through the Revenants, one of whom reminds MK9 players of their past trauma.
Has your mother ever told you what I did to her friends? Kill them all in the blink of an eye.
With all these damn Revenants around, only Cassie and Kung Jin are able to make their way inside, where Raiden is still getting the bastard Skelly squeeze, and Cassie's dad is getting gnawed on by Devorah's bug friends. Cassie puts an end to that shit.
You're the bug, I'm the windshield.
Before she can free Johnny from that very expired honeycomb, Tim Curry legend-looking Shinnok shows up and kicks her ass evilly. He's ready to finally get back at Johnny Cage for defeating him all those years ago, but only problem is, looks like the green apple don't fall far from the shadow tree.
Holy shit, it does run in the family.
As Cassie Cage, you're forced to fight the absolute pain in the ass that is corrupted Shinnok. Man, did this guy suck to fight. Thankfully, Cassie has the ultimate power of guns? Oh, come on! Eventually, probably after many, many tries, you win the fight. Most likely with a bunch of jump kick uppercuts. His ultimate defeat comes when Cassie crushes his fully rendered shin nuts. With Shinnok defeated, Cassie and Kung Jin help Raiden into the Jinsei energy source. His magic, or whatever, zaps the corrupted Shinnok back into his usual sassy old guy form.
That's amazing.
Then Raiden screams and the red clouds of death dissipate. Revenants Liu Kang and Kitana get the heck out of there. Raiden and Johnny Cage are saved, and the Cages are reunited with Sonya Blade as a family.
You did a great job with your team, Johnny.
You hear that, Cass? She called me Johnny.
Oh, that's nice. The Jinsei is restored and all seems well, except Raiden's become a bit miffed. He's been corrupted by Shinnok's powers after removing them from the Jinsei, giving us the badass that is
Dark Raiden.
In a final scene, he warns that he's through being Mr. Nice God. From now on, the best defense for Earthrealm is an aggressive offense.
I will seek out and destroy all who threaten it. No mercy will be shown. No quarter given.
To prove he's serious, Dark Raiden tosses Shinnok's still-living head towards the feet of Netherrealm's new rulers, the revenant forms of Liu Kang and Kitana. They now rule the afterlife as undead king and queen. Yes! Were more souls sent to the Netherrealm this time than in the Redux of MKs 1 through 3? Let's find out at the numbers, after I check out this episode's new roster of combatants. Okay, now I know how this works. Whoever I pick, I'll have to fight. So let's see. I'm not gonna fight my wife. Scorpion Sub-Zero's a little played out, so... Oh, Tremors 4 Dandy Zoran? Yeah, I can take this guy. Fight. All right, let's do this.
Critter ball.
Oh, nice move.
Critter ball.
Critter ball.
What are you?
Critter ball. Critter ball.
He's spinning with the critter ball.
Critter ball.
Jump.
Finish him.
Ah, that's cute.
Sub-Zero James wins. Animality.
I counted 168 kills in Mortal Kombat X, 20 more than I counted in MK9. Unfortunately, this game's kills were way more skewed to nameless folk. As shown by this pie chart, only 4 kills were of named characters. The rest were all randos. As far as who did the killing this time through, 16 characters had confirmed kills on screen. I won't get into everyone's stats, because that's a lot, but the top 3 saw Revenant Liu Kang with 9, Fujin with 12, and Raiden with 13, giving him the top spot once again, only this time he doesn't share it with Sindel, who only got 1 kill. What happened, Screamin' Mad MILF? I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Melina. Some people don't like that a hugely important character got killed by a brand new bug lady, but look at this shit. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why she was hated too, because they mad that she was, because of that, she wasn't on Mortal Kombat 11 until the later DLC.
See, Jax knows. Double machete for lamest kill will go to the Special Forces guy shot by Stryker. In a world of zombies, fireballs, and killer screams, gun deaths are by far the most boring. And that's it. Mortal Kombat X was released in 2015.
He cannot stand gun death, yo. He really cannot.
It was my reintroduction to the franchise when I streamed myself playing it here on Dead Meat way back in 2018.
So you didn't play
I fucking love these games, so I'll look at Mortal Kombat 11 sometime in the future. But there might be a SAG video game strike coming up, or maybe it's happening now now. I'm filming this far in advance, so, you know, it'll kind of depend on that. But until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Hey everyone, thanks a lot for watching the MKX Kill Count. I was so happy when the Mortal Kombat 9/Mortal Kombat 2011 Kill Count did really well. You guys really responded to it, and I'm glad you did, because I know that Mortal Kombat isn't really horror. But I saw a lot of people saying that they were excited to watch me talk about something I was excited about, and I'm glad that came through. Like I just said,
I mean, it's always like that. When you talk about something like that's why I got a lot of information for myself about this game and the franchise. You know, I've been part of this franchise for a while as well too, though. I've been a fan of it. I hope he does. Hopefully, he eventually does do Mortal Kombat 11, because that storyline was awesome as well too. The cast of characters was great as well too, including DLCs. I mean, I think they had bigger DLCs than the last one. But other than that, this was cool. This was cool. If you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. And I hope y'all enjoying this right now. I did the pre-recording because it was a landslide victory anyway. So that being said, and next week will be regular poll week as well too. Was a lot of new kill counts that came through as well too. So I'll definitely try to include them as well too. Might even do a play in, depends on how many kill counts new or king counts has been out though. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.